Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video in Little Blue with me, and that's right, because we are, of course, continuing on reviewing the MCU, and in order, so, remember last time, because Little Blue, he joined me for Iron Man 2, so now, which was the last one we did, the last MCU film that was reviewed, now we're up to Thor. Yeah, I remember because we were talking about this in Iron Man, in our review of Iron Man 2, like, Thor's hammer being revealed.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody went nuts over that.
Everybody went nuts over that.
And it wasn't until a year later we got Thor.
Yes.
So what do we have to say about the first Thor film?
Thor is, to me, a love story.
Yeah, clearly.
It is clearly a love story.
Yep.
And I watched it with a friend of mine once, and a friend at the end of this made the comment, said, so it's a love story. And I said, yeah, that's probably the most appropriate way to label it.
Yeah.
A lot of action in it.
Yes, of course.
You know, Loki being the antagonist in the film, and Loki you almost hate Loki. At one point, he just turns evil. But
and he realizes who he really is.
It's a sci-fi mythological action romance. That's probably the best way to sum it up.
Yep, and Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
Yes.
Yeah, and we knew him before. Like, we knew him before Thor. We knew him as
George Kirk.
As George Kirk in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
And that is
2 years ago, before Thor came out.
That's how he was spotted, and that's how he was basically cast as Thor. He was seen in that...
he was?
He was seen as George Kirk in the J.J. Abrams reboot of Star Trek, and that's what landed him the role.
So Star Trek helped him land the role of Thor?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I did not know about that.
Yes.
I mean, I would assume, but,
He said, Chris Hemsworth said that when he went in for his audition, they made him take his shirt off. And they did that because for obvious reasons, they wanted to see what kind of physique he had,
Yeah.
And he made the comment, that he had worked his tail off to get his physique to that condition, because he knew he was going to audition for that movie. So and he did a good job.
Yes, he did. And then, because I'm trying to remember, and the other cast, because Natalie Portman and Anthony Hopkins and Stellan, however you pronounce his last name,
Stellan, Anthony Hopkins,
Skarsgård, I want to say.
Skarsgård. He's a great actor.
Yeah,
he's been in several Marvel movies.
Of course, as the same character.
Exactly, and he's plays Doctor.
He's a professor, but doesn't show his full name.
But
before that he was Bootstrap in Pirates.
Bootstrap Bill, absolutely.
Yes. So,
he's a great character actor.
And so him and Natalie Portman and Kate Dennings,
Yes.
Yep. And the ones on Asgard, Lady Sif and Heimdall and
Heimdall I love.
Fandral, if I'm saying that right.
Idris Elba. He was actually talked about as being the next James Bond, but he was not picked. I wished he would reconsider.
I've even heard that people have been citing Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston has been eyed for
James Bond.
And I would love to see either of them get it. I really would.
And the others, as I said, like Lady Sif and Fandral, if I'm saying that right, and the one with the beard,
Yes.
I think Ray Stevenson plays him. So. Volstagg, if I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course Thor's mother, Frigga.
Yes.
Right, and Rene Russo. That's right.
Rene Russo,
right, and she was good as Frigga.
Frigga, his mother.
Yeah, and Anthony Hopkins as Odin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Hopkins. It's Anthony Hopkins. What's there to say?
Exactly. What is there to say?
And
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, and I also recall because one of them how are they called? Like I guess Thor's team. Just the Asgardians or
He
Asgardians? Or...
Thor refers to them as Lady Sith and the Warriors Three, I think.
His own team, you know.
Yeah, and but they fought together as a team. They were a great combination.
Yeah, and when they go down to Earth and they find Thor, you know,
Exactly.
that was funny.
Exactly.
And one of them, Josh Dallas,
Yes.
played him. He would go on to be in Once Upon a Time.
Right.
Yeah, and he ended up that character was later played by Zach Levi, you know.
Right.
And then Zach Levi would later go on to play Shazam.
Right.
So, if this who's better as that character, like Josh Dallas or Zach Levi?
I don't know. Okay, it's a toss-up.
I'd say both, probably. Even Once Upon a Time, they pay homage to Asgard.
Right.
So yeah, I remember that, and again, Coulson. If I did not mention him already.
Yes.
Yeah, Clark
Agent
Gregg.
Coulson.
Yeah.
Gregg. Yeah.
Yeah, and I forget what's Shield supposed to be doing. I forget because they find Thor or they take in his hammer.
They had his, he's cast out, of course,
Of course,
and he's not yet worthy to wield, Mjolnir.
Yeah.
So he finally is at the end. He is finally worthy because he commits a selfless act.
Exactly.
He basically sacrifices himself to save others, and Mjolnir recognizes this and comes to him.
Yeah, the Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, the hammer. Yeah,
right.
Like the hammer's his own character, you know.
Exactly. But
and that whole sequence with the hammer, you know, everybody trying to, and Stan Lee's cameo.
Oh my
with
gosh,
the truck,
yes.
you know, did it work?
That music playing that old country song that Let Me Help.
Yeah, and Coulson showing up just like how we saw in Iron Man 2.
Yes, exactly.
He's on the phone with Fury and said, "Sir, we found it."
Interesting Clark Gregg story. I happened to see him on Facebook. He was on Facebook.
Oh, you got to mention that story.
I sent him a message in Messenger, Clark Gregg, and lo and behold, he responded within just a couple of minutes after I sent him, because I told him how much I liked his character, and I said, I really look forward to see what you do with it, because the show Shield had just started, and that's when I did this. And so he responded, and I told him, I said, my last words were, "Thank you, sir." And his response within 2 minutes was, "Thank you, sir." And
thank you, sir.
All capitalized. And I saved that message. I've still got it on Messenger and never deleted it.
Yeah, because, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Because how often do you message a celebrity and they get back to you? And it was not a publicist. It was not an agent. It was him.
Yeah. How did you react to that when you got the response?
Oh, I flipped out when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, Clark Gregg actually responded to my message. I didn't think that would happen. But he must have just seen it and responded, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good, so.
I did send him another one later. Never heard back, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He's probably too busy.
Yeah, of course.
He probably pays somebody to answer his messages now.
Yeah.
I still never heard back.
Yeah. And I think there was somebody else we forgot to mention. Like, I think it was Hogan,
Yeah.
part of Thor's team,
Yes, absolutely.
We forgot to mention him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even pronounce that full name, the actor's name.
Neither can I.
No. But is there anything... Oh, yeah, that one sequence, that, steeled machine, comes and attacks Thor.
Yes.
I forget what it's called, but...
I thought it was called a destroyer.
Okay, but even, Agent Coulson and the others, they're wondering at first if it's one of Stark's,
Yeah.
That was funny.
He says that guy never tells us anything, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah. I like how, because you know what? Because the equipment that Jane and Darcy they had, was taken in by S.H.I.E.L.D., but they were borrowing it. They were borrowing it,
exactly.
as they say.
Yeah, to get the data off of it, sure.
That's what they were doing, just borrowing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, they gladly handed them back their equipment because it's their equipment.
Of course.
Yeah, so... anyways, but even at Thor, he does go back to Asgard, of course, you know.
Yes, he does.
But of course would eventually go back to Jane,
Right.
And another thing is the end credit scene with what's his face, the Professor, and Nick Fury make an appearance.
Right, and Loki basically planning those thoughts in his mind, what to say, basically telling him what to say.
Exactly. I forget what was Loki's defeat in the first Thor film.
I'm
trying to remember. wasn't he cast off or cast out or no, he was in prison or what happened? I forget.
No, he basically fell into the abyss. I mean, he ended up. He survived, of course. But
Yeah.
they thought he had died.
Yeah. But of course we see at the end credits,
Exactly.
He's telling the professor,
Right.
what to do and such.
Right.
And of course a little tease and such still leading up to when the Avengers happens.
Right.
And of course, as we know, what the next one is, which being Captain America.
Correct.
Yeah. And any last words on Thor?
Great movie. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one was pretty good,
Yeah, it was.
Wait until we review the second one. I feel like because, the second one, it got mixed feelings,
Yeah, it got some mixed reviews, but it was still good.
It was still good, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really a huge success, but still good,
Right.
But with all that being said, that's our review of Thor. How do we rate this?
I give it 5 out of 5.
I'll give it 7.
Okay.
7 out of 10 stars.
Okay.
There you go. So that's our review of Thor. He gives it 5. I give it 7. You guys let us know what you think of the first Thor film. If you enjoyed our review, leave comments as always. And again, any last words?
Off out.
He says that for me. Hope you enjoyed our review of Thor, and we'll see you guys in the next video /review video. Take care. Peace out, and Avengers, assemble.